Hello, all you beautiful people out there. Welcome back to Returning to You. My name's Alyssa. I wanted to talk today about how we are mirrors to one another. The world, other people, they're here to show us what we can work on within ourselves. And I know this can be a touchy subject, but I'm going to break it down a little bit. First off, the universe is always giving us opportunities to elevate, to get to our next level, but it's up to us to either be proactive about it. Like, I'm going to seek out the lessons. I'm going to work on myself proactively with the idea that if I do that, in the long run, there's going to be less pain for me because I'm going to change one way or the other. Can I be more proactive about it? Find the lessons, work on myself? Or am I going to be more reactive about it? Is life going to happen to me or through me? It's a slight little switch in consciousness there, but we have a choice. Proactive, reactive. And obviously, sometimes it's a combination of both, but in general, the more proactive we are about changing, growing, the less life is going to have to be beating us up because we're taking the reins, we're taking control, and making the changes we need to make. I want to get back to the mirror though, because the mirror is so big. Anytime I'm disturbed, there's a reason for that. I love this example. Say you and me, we're hanging out and this woman comes up, says something, doesn't even matter what she says. I'm really offended and disturbed by what this woman said to the two of us. You, on the other hand, you're like, that didn't bother me at all. Now, the two of us heard the same words from this person. Why am I bothered by it? And you aren't at all. The reason is there's something inside of me that was triggered. There's something that is pointing to something I can work on, unearth, look at, transform. It's all good. It's all good. If you think about it, it's such a blessing that we're shown these things because it means there's something that we can do about it. That's the first step, seeing it, right? That's how I try to approach life, is like anytime I'm disturbed, someone said something and I'm offended, what does that say about me? Now, I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but there's some messed up people out there. I agree with you. Like if you're seeing, for example, a political figure, don't need to name drop. You and I have our opinions either way. But you see a political figure behaving a certain way and you're like, oh my God, that's horrible. You know, doesn't matter who it is. You're like, I'm not like that. Never. Very true. You're probably not really like that. If you look at someone who's like behaving badly, they might be at a level of 100% hateful for no reason, right? They're at 100%. You, on the other hand, might have like a tiny fraction or 1% of hatred for no reason in your heart, right? So yes, this person's extreme. Yeah, they're extreme, but maybe there's a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of that same quality within me that I can transform. Following so far? Think of it that way. Another important concept related to this This is a big one for me. When I was trying to find kind of negative behaviors about myself, I would like think of how I generally treat people out in the world. And I might be patient with 99% of people I encounter. But what about that one person who I'm really close to? Like a spouse or a child. People that you're really close to. Are you as patient with them? Are you snapping at your spouse? Are you judging? You know what I mean? Like, when I thought about that, that was eye-opening. Because yeah, in general, I treat people with such kindness and patience and all this stuff. But if there's one person that pushes my buttons that I'm with all the time, and I make excuses for it because, they're annoying. They're around me all the time, whatever it is. That is something that I can work on. I thought that was very helpful for me to see, like, yes, I'm still a good person. I'm like, but this is just, it's the universe giving me little nuggets. Like, hey, you might want to look at this. Because when I'm proactive and I look at it and I bring it up to the surface, I can do something about it. And the thing is, when you look at it and you work on it, the thing is, that same person, that same woman that came up to you and me a couple years ago, she came up to us again, says something very similar. Lo and behold, it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm a testament to that. When you're doing the work on yourself, things that used to bother you, they don't bother you as much. And maybe it's tiny little baby steps and you might not notice it at first. It might be down the line. And you're like, wow, I just realized. Like, an example for me is the election season. The difference between 2016 and 2020, 2020 and 2024. It was the difference between 2020 and 2024, 4 years. How disturbed I was by things going on in 2020, but by 2024, man, I've been through it in those 4 years. So by the time election season rolled around, I was like, yeah, in a way above it. Above that chatter and that noise and that negativity bringing me down, I wasn't affected by it. That's how you know you're on the right path and you're doing the work. When you notice stuff that used to bother you, doesn't bother you as much anymore. And it makes sense. When you're doing the work on yourself, you don't have all this extra time and energy and the mindset, the mental space to focus on everyone else, right? So, but the mirror, anytime you're disturbed by a person, place, or thing, anything, that's a nugget for you because it means there's something you can do about it. It's something you can change within yourself. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I know it takes practice. It takes practice when you're at the grocery store and you're in a hurry and someone cuts in front of you in line and you're just like, are you serious right now? Or, to get to the point where you're like, I guess I was meant to be delayed because maybe, there's a reason I was going to get hit by a car when I walk outside the grocery store. That might be a bit extreme, but yeah, getting to the point where life is flowing through you. Life's not happening to you and you're not bouncing, ping-ponging all around the place all the time. You can do it. You're doing great. I hope you have a blessed week. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Recovered People Pleaser. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And I have a mindfulness and relaxation planner below if you're interested in that. Sending love and light. Bye.